Okay, that's how the man feel about me.
Is that the Atlanta thing? We just giving out Rolls Royce?
I don't know if it's the Atlanta thing, but it's the king thing.
Ooh.
Quad must be given super head to get a gift like a Rolls Royce.
Atlanta was buzzing with gossip, but not the usual kind. It started quietly, people whispering in fancy restaurants and private parties. But those whispers didn't stay quiet for long. Before anyone knew it, the story was everywhere. And at the center of it all was reality TV star Quad Webb. What started as rumors soon turned into a full-blown scandal. Quad's boyfriend, Cedric Johnson, had just been found guilty of being part of a luxury car theft ring. This wasn't just another celebrity drama. It felt personal. It felt like a shocking betrayal no one saw coming. And trust me, the more you hear, the crazier it gets.
I'm not interested.
But even though you're not interested, Quad, I do think for the good of y'all both, for your men's sake.
But I am not interested.
Quad Webb was more than just a reality TV star. She was the star. Fans loved her on Married to Medicine for her bold attitude, quick comebacks, and high-class lifestyle. She always looked confident, in control, and ready for anything. So when she introduced her new boyfriend, Cedric Johnson, everyone paid attention. Cedric wasn't just any man. He was tall, handsome, well-dressed, and smooth with his words. He looked like the full package. He showed up at red carpet events holding Quad's hand, smiled big for the cameras, and left sweet comments on her social media. They posted cute pictures together, gave interviews where Quad praised him, and honestly, they seemed happy. How Cedric to fans and friends, Cedric was perfect. Supportive, loyal, loving, a dream guy. But that's what made what came next so shocking. Because while the world was busy admiring their picture-perfect romance, Cedric was hiding a dark secret. Behind the scenes, he was not the man everyone thought he was. He was living a double life, smiling in public, lying in private. And Quad? She had no idea what he was really up to.
There's just a glow about you.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's, you know, I said the new business, new drama, but I think it's the new man that you got in your life.
I think you might be right, honey.
Is that your new man? King? King is in the audience. I'm gonna wave to King. Live! Hey, King. Look at this. This is season 11 of Married to Medicine. Congratulations.
She truly believed she had found someone real, someone solid. But the truth was, Cedric had fooled everyone. He wasn't just pretending to be the perfect boyfriend, he was playing a role, and he played it well. No one suspected a thing. What started as a love story slowly turned into a nightmare. The man Quad thought she could trust was keeping huge secrets, and soon those secrets would come crashing into her life like a storm. This wasn't just some random guy stealing cars in the middle of the night. No, this was big. We're talking about a highly organized luxury car theft ring that knew exactly what they were doing. These people weren't messing around. They had a whole system in place. They didn't go after ordinary cars. They wanted the best of the best. Rolls Royces, Bentleys, Porsches, and other high-end vehicles. Cars that cost more than most people's houses. They were smooth, smart, and bold, and they pulled off some jaw-dropping heists. So how did they do it? First, they had insider help. People who worked at luxury car dealerships were secretly feeding them information. These insiders gave them access to customer records, security codes, and car locations. With that kind of info, stealing the cars became a lot easier. Next, they used fake documents. They created fake IDs, ownership papers, and even fake titles. That way they could make it look like the cars legally belonged to them. Once they had the paperwork, transferring the cars became a breeze. And finally, they shipped the stolen vehicles out of the country. Some of the cars ended up overseas, far away from where they were taken. Once those cars left the US, it became nearly impossible to trace them or get them back.
What does it look like? Hop in.
Wow, look at this. Yes, my man just bought me a new car, honey. Double R's everywhere. That's the perk of being with a man who owns a luxury car rental company.
One of their biggest hits? A $300,000 0-cents Rolls-Royce Phantom. It vanished right out of an Atlanta showroom like magic. No broken glass, no alarm, just gone. The police and the FBI had been watching this group for months, quietly building their case. They followed the paper trail, tracked phone calls, and watched every move. At first, Quad Webb wasn't even part of the story. Her name didn't come up in any reports. She was just the girlfriend of Cedric Johnson, one of the suspects. Nothing more. But that didn't last long because suddenly something changed. A piece of evidence showed up, and Quad's name, it was now part of the case. That's when things got really messy and really personal. When the news finally broke, it hit like a bomb. Atlanta was in shock, but no one felt it harder than Quad Webb. Cedric Johnson, the man she loved and trusted, wasn't just connected to a luxury car theft ring, he was one of the main players. The charming, smiling boyfriend who stood by her side at every red carpet event was actually running with criminals behind the scenes. And just like that, the spotlight turned to Quad. People started asking hard questions. Did she know? Was she part of it? Or was she just another victim? At first, Coy didn't say much. Her legal team stepped in and said she was completely unaware. They insisted she had nothing to do with it. But that didn't stop the rumors. Some thought she had been naive, blindly trusting the wrong man. Others believed she had been tricked, just like everyone else. And a few weren't so sure. They thought maybe she knew more than she was letting on. Social media went wild. Fans pulled up old videos of Quad and Cedric, watching them closely. Every look, every hug, every word. They searched for signs, anything they may have missed, but here's the truth. Cedric was a master at hiding things. He was smart. He played his role perfectly. He always showed up for her, praised her in public, and supported her career. He did everything right on the outside. He never gave her a reason to doubt him. That's what made it so hard. How could she have known? Quad wasn't just dealing with heartbreak. She was facing public judgment, online hate, and whispers from people she once called friends. The man she trusted most had dragged her name into something dark, and now her whole world was about to change. And sadly, the worst part, it was only just beginning.
We've been to Paris 3 times this year.
I know you ain't not about to talk about my suitcases.
That suitcase was hurt.
Is the suitcase in here? You just told me what was in here. I like it.
Just when Quad thought things couldn't get worse, they did. A sealed court document was suddenly leaked to the media, and to everyone's shock, Quad's name was in it. The headlines spread like wildfire. Quad Webb named in federal surveillance logs tied to car theft ring. People were stunned. Some were confused, others were quick to judge. But the real explosion came from a wiretapped phone call that was included in the leaked files. One line from that call went viral. "She don't ask questions, that's why it works." That one sentence had the internet spinning out of control. Did that line mean Quad looked the other way? Was she ignoring the signs on purpose, or was she just caught in the middle without knowing? Social media went crazy. Everyone had an opinion. Hashtags started trending. Comment sections were full of people taking sides. Some supported her. Others said she had to know something. Quad's legal team responded fast. They called the leak reckless and unfair. They said the documents were being twisted and taken out of context. They reminded the public that Quad was never charged or officially under investigation, but even with the facts on her side, the damage was done. Brands that once worked with her cut ties. Events she was booked for canceled her appearances. Even some friends stopped calling or checking in. It felt like her whole world was turning against her. She didn't just lose work, she lost peace, trust, and support. It was like everyone believed the worst without asking her side. For Quad, it wasn't just about a bad headline. It was about feeling alone, betrayed, and under attack, all because she loved and trusted the wrong man. Because when it felt like everything was falling apart, a surprising twist changed everything, and it came from someone no one expected. A man named Terrence Ford, who used to work with Cedric, came forward with the truth. In a bold move, he told investigators that Cedric had forged Quad's signature on several fake car documents tied to the theft ring. That changed the story in an instant. Quad wasn't just unaware of Cedric's crimes, she was actually a victim herself. Cedric had used her name and identity without her knowing. She had nothing to do with the theft ring. In fact, she was just as fooled and hurt as everyone else. News outlets rushed to correct their reports. Headlines changed, the tone shifted, but the damage to Quad's name and life, that wasn't so easy to fix. Even though she was cleared, Quad had already paid a high price. She had to sit through interviews with the FBI to prove her innocence. Forensic accountants went through her bank records and business files. Her name had already been dragged through gossip blogs, headlines, and social media. It was exhausting, humiliating, and deeply unfair. But Quad isn't someone who crumbles under pressure. She's been through too much to give up now. So what did she do? She fought back. She started speaking out, telling her story in her own words. She reminded people of who she really is. Not the woman in the scandal, but the one who built a brand, inspired fans, and always stood strong. This twist didn't just clear her name, it showed how quickly the world can turn on someone, but it also proved something powerful. You can try to break Quad Webb, but she will always rise.
On a daily basis, I'm struggling to hold on to my happiness. And every day I gotta get up and I gotta be this person. I gotta be happy.
Quad didn't just survive the storm, she came back even stronger. After the scandal, many thought she'd disappear from the spotlight, but Quad had other plans. Instead of hiding, she faced the world head on and told her truth. She released a raw and honest documentary, opening up about everything, her pain, her shock, and how it felt to be betrayed by someone she loved. Fans finally got to hear her side, unfiltered and powerful. Then she launched her own podcast, Unspoken Queens. It's a space where women share stories of betrayal, heartbreak, and survival. It's real, it's emotional, and it's helping others find their voice, just like Quad found hers. She also rebuilt her brand from the ground up. She took back control of her image and reminded the world that no man or scandal defines her. And Cedric? He pleaded guilty in court. He finally admitted he used Quad's name without her knowing. The truth came out and justice was served. But Quad's story isn't just about a criminal case or a headline. It's about a woman who refused to break, no matter how bad things got. Was Quad unfairly dragged into the mess? Or is there still more to the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping celebrity stories.